It has been a minute since I have jumped on YouTube Live, and I'm trying to get back going weekly. And I want to just jump in right away and talk about the market here in Northern Virginia and what I am seeing across the market. And by the way, if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, we help everybody all the time from this YouTube channel and on our Instagram. Shoot me a text 571-437-7575 or email me anytime, info@colganteam.com. I am a realtor here in Northern Virginia, and obviously I know the area well. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on, what happened in the month of March, because the data is a little bit behind for each county. So let's kind of touch on that, right? Like, so obviously we did have a slow start to the spring season here for sure. And one thing I want to show you guys is, let me pull this up here because I got some notes for you. It's kind of crazy right now, to be honest. It's gotten like really like pocketed. So like certain areas are popping off and certain areas are going a little bit slower. But like right now, Fairfax County, let's talk about it for March. Medium sold price, 755,000, up 2% year over year, but new listings are up 55%. So a lot more houses on the market. The average days on market is 17, and homes are on average are selling for 101% of asking price. Loudoun, the medium sold price, 810,000, up 8% year over year. Active listings, though, surged to 603. That's a 40% increase. And then the average days on market is 18 days, and the average seller is getting 101% of asking. So Loudoun is still going pretty strong. Prince William County, 550,000, down 5%. So prices in Prince William actually went down. 448 homes. That's actually 68% more homes on the market with an average of 19 days on market. The average home is getting 100.5% of lists. So what I'm seeing is if you're like in a pocket, especially if you're a townhome in like Manassas, Woodbridge, Gainesville, Haymarket, you're definitely getting bid up. Arlington, the medium sold price, 760,000 with a increase of 5.8%. And then listings went up 70%. So a lot more houses on the market. The average days on market is 24 days. And the average seller's getting around 99.6% of ask. And then Alexandria, medium sold price is up 7.5%, 755,000 with listings surging up 50%, 16 days on market, and people are getting 99.9% of ask. And then Fauquier County, medium sold price, 712,000, up 28% year over year. And then their stable market, so their listings haven't really increased. Average days on market, that was 46%. And the average seller is getting 98% of lists. So things are taking a little bit longer to sell out in Fauquier County. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of a slowdown, a lot more listings. I think what's going on right now, the interest rates because of the tariff things actually went up. They didn't go down, which is actually crazy. So rates are now hovering back over 7. And then, of course, you've got Doge, all the other things that are going on. And it's just making a lot of people a little nervous, so that's kind of like what I'm seeing. And I'm going to pull up some of my notes here so you guys can kind of see like what I'm looking at. But other than that, I want to talk about a couple other things that I wanted to say. So the spring market stayed strong, 1,200 and the DMV, Northern Virginia, 1,202 home sales in March. That's about even. Medium sold price, 755,000, up 3%. Inventory is rising, though. Listings are up 63%. Average days on market, 18. With Arlington having a medium sales price go up 10%, 770,000. And Loudoun's went up 8%, 752,000. A lot more buyers have shifted to Prince William, Stafford, and Fredericksburg for the bigger value and bigger homes. So we're seeing a lot more of that. And if you guys are just jumping on, Ken, I think if you're, what's up, dude? I think if you're thinking about selling and you got to sell, it's probably a good time because there's a lot less inventory on the market. But I also think, it all depends on what your situation is. But yeah, if you definitely have to sell, it's probably a good time. But just keep in mind, right now, when I'm seeing Northern Virginia, a lot of people don't want to do work. A lot of people want to be able to move right into their house. So that's what I'm seeing. It's a lot of buyers are being picky. And obviously, we can come out if you want and show you, some things that you can do to your house to get it ready, get top dollar. So we help people with that all the time. Anybody else have any questions? Definitely let me know. Let's see here. One other thing that I wanted to talk about was got some more people jumping on. the taxes have really changed. Listen to some of this stuff. So I don't know if you guys have been following this. Fairfax County is like thinking about raising the meal tax to 12% to make up for their deficit. And I decided to pull some of these stats up for you guys. And it's like absolutely crazy. Listen to this. Let me pull these up for you. Let's look at this right here. Arlington County, their tax rate changed. It actually went down 3%, which is great. So the average went down $312 a year. Loudoun actually cut their taxes, their real estate taxes, down by 6 cents. So theirs has really gone down. And then Prince William County actually decreased theirs as well. So they actually raised the data center tax a heck of a lot more. And so they're finally obviously getting some kind of, revenue coming in from that. But they actually, so the average homeowner's bill went down 5%, went up 5.6%. So an extra $73 a year. So there's gonna be a lot more taxes to pay in Prince William. And then I said to get some public safety and funding for schools, Fairfax County is looking at raising bills up to the meal tax to 12%. It's absolutely insane. So what do you guys think? Comment in there what you guys think about that. I think it's absolutely nuts to think like a 12% meal tax. I know like Great American and some other places have been putting, things on there for you to contest it and all that. It's just nuts. Couple major developments going on. So if you guys did not see, this is nuts. 28 in Manassas. When you go from Manassas Park over to Dallas and into Centerville is a nightmare, right? Well, they were starting to do it and they canceled it. They completely canceled the project and they're getting a ton of slack. And they actually gave back the Northern Virginia Transportation Development. They actually gave them the money back. So I don't even know why they stopped it, but they completely stopped that project. That is one of the worst backed up roads in all of Northern Virginia. It's like definitely nuts. And then Fairfax County, they're starting the Parkway widening soon, and they'll be done by 2027. So they're expanding from 4 to 6 lanes from 123 to I-95. And then Loudoun put on a lot of new rules for the data centers. They are really slowing down the data centers. But I did just see that Dominion came out and said that they are seeing such high demand for data centers because of all the new AI ones coming around that they do not see any slowdown in sight, which is like absolutely insane. And then Northern Virginia Science Center, the construction started on that. And then Lifetime Fitness is going to be opening a huge gym over in the South Riding area. So I think that's going to be huge. I don't know if you've ever, the one in Gainesville, I'm a member of it, but they keep jacking the dues. It's almost gotten to like $400 a month. But comment where you guys are watching from right now. I guess we got a lot of people that are jumping on. Let me know where you're watching from. And again, guys, I'm a realtor here in Northern Virginia. Email me anytime, info@colganteam.com. I'm actually dropping a video this Saturday where I'm going to be ranking all of the builders here in Northern Virginia. So definitely watch out for that one. Let's talk about some other news in the economy. Federal job, recent layoffs, Trump admin really has been affecting local families here, obviously. And so I haven't seen too many people back out of deals, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of market changes. And then currently the market is like holding strong. I'm just watching closely with the rates cuts with all the tariffs and all of that. I did talk to a job hunter the other day for Oracle, and he was telling me they really slowed down on their hiring. They're not really, and like you got to be really well qualified right now to get a job there. And so that like really shocked me to come back. What are you guys kind of seeing? The other thing too is the Amazon HQ2, they didn't meet their hiring goal. So their state of Virginia may not give them an incentive, but we still have a lot of tech growth right now in cybersecurity, data centers. And then our Virginia unemployment rate is actually below the national average. It's below 3%. So let me know what you guys, are kind of seeing out there. I think it's really interesting. Like I thought for sure, like the Doge thing would have a huge effect, but it hasn't really had a big effect yet. And obviously Elon stepped down. His reputation was getting pretty messed up there. So I think that will also slow things down a little bit. And then obviously anytime they do something, the judges and all that. There's some other news going on in our area. Wawa has said they're going all in on Northern Virginia. They're opening 20 new gas stations, and their places are really good. They're mainly focusing on Arlington, Fairfax, Loudoun, and then Reston's Reston Tyson's in Springfield, they're also considering. And then if you're looking for something to do, Burnside Farms has their Tulip Festival every summer. That thing is absolutely amazing. They have 2 million tulips there, and a ton of people go there. They also have their sunflower one as well. And then there's all kinds of like the Fairfax Fairs coming up, Prince William County Fair. And so there's all kinds of different things. One other thing that I wanted to touch on a little bit was the Commander Stadium. I think that's obviously going to be really huge for DC. DC's been hitting some home runs lately. Stadium's going to be about $3.7 billion. And the Commanders are going to pay 2.7. DC is going to pay $1 billion, the largest private investment in DC history. And they're going to have housing, retail, public parking, and obviously you already have the Metro there. I'm thinking the seats are going to be really expensive because they're actually going to have personal seat licenses. So a lot of things going on in our area. I thought I would jump on really quick. I want to touch on the market. I'm going to be going a lot more, talking about different things that are going on, so let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below. And I definitely appreciate you guys hopping on.